Good evening, good evening, good evening, victorious ones. It's your life coach, your mentor, and your motivational speaker, Monica Stokes for the Kingdom of God, y'all. So I'm up here on this Saturday evening on this self-care, self-love Saturday. All day today, your coach rested. When I tell you I rested, I rested. But I knew I needed to come on here and do what I have been purposed for my life. Come on here and speak to the hearts of God's victorious one. That's the you that's watching this video right now. No matter what time it is, God says still get on there and do what your heart, what your life revolves around, because y'all is like really important to me. This is my purpose in life, and all I think about is topics and things I can talk to y'all about. And God always drops one in my spirit. He's something else now, y'all. And this is the title to this message that God put in my spirit today. He said, "In the transitions in your life is what leads to transformation." Transition in our life is what leads to transformation. And the first thing I thought about whenever I was meditating on the word right before I got on here with y'all and was praying and talking to God, I thought about the butterfly. And I said, God, how can I spin this thing and really explain it to your victorious ones and our victorious ones? I looked up some information on butterflies and I jotted down some things on it. So there are 4 stages that the butterfly go through. First, it's an egg. Then the next step is a caterpillar. The caterpillar stage is the feeding stage. After that, it becomes a pupa. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And that's the transition stage where a complete metamorphosis takes place. And then the last stage is the butterfly itself. So as I was thinking about that and as I was looking at the 4 stages, it reminded me of, I'm using my life, y'all, because that's how I spin my stories and how I talk to y'all heart. But always coming here with a spirit of expectation to God to speak to your heart and give you revelation of what he gave me to speak to your heart. So y'all always do that. And God is going to open your spiritual ears up, your spiritual eyes up, and he going to give you revelation for your life. Okay, so I always want to tell y'all that. So I went to thinking, God, I kind of feel like that's what's been happening in my life in the last 3 years. Like God put a seed in me before I even know this seed of purpose was in me. Just when he was ready for me to grow into my purpose. I was in a season of healing, y'all, from different things in my life. And it wasn't even necessarily things that happened in that year of my life. I honestly believe when I started thinking back, 3 years ago, God was healing me from stuff of all my life. All the way back to high school. People and things that I had to heal through, right? Relationships I had been in that I had to heal through. Yeah. Anything taunting or bullying that may have happened to me in my past, I had to heal from all that, right? Because I'm like, I didn't understand it. Because I really was like in a season of isolation, y'all. And I didn't talk about it much with nobody. Because honestly, I didn't know what God was doing. But now that I have the purpose to speak to your heart, I get it. I was reading and watching things that was building me up. Helping me heal from past hurt, past trauma, low self-esteem I used to have. And so I believe this is what God was doing. He put that egg in me. So that may be something he doing with you, whatever he doing in your life. And you don't know the egg is in you. Because think about it. When we get impregnated, we sometimes don't know right away when we get inseminated with the baby. I hope that makes sense and I said that right. So he put the egg in us, right? Or the purpose in my life, right? And then from there, he started, and I just said it to y'all, he was feeding me the knowledge. He was feeding me the knowledge. And I was so hungry for it, y'all, just like I am now. You see me in the mornings, the first thing I do, I get up and I find me a motivational video to watch. That's not only feeding me motivation, but that's giving me the knowledge and the keys to grow me in my life. So that's what I'm always seeking. And God never failed me. He always revealing to me what I need to watch, y'all. And then from there, he put a transition stage in my life. And I believe that happened a year ago when he transitioned me into praying about starting my life coaching business. This is something I wrote about in my journal. I didn't talk about it publicly. I didn't post about it. And then God just started lining everything up from there, where I was able to meet my mentor, my life coach, LaToya Okia. And that was an answered prayer, y'all. I was literally watching her videos for 2 years strong, 3 years now. And I said, one day, God, I hope I get to meet her. So I went to North Carolina, y'all, and I got to sit right next to her in a VIP room. And that was my first time ever going to another state by myself with nobody else, just me and God, y'all. And I wasn't nervous because I'm used to getting on airplanes, because I've been on airplanes since I was young, because my daddy works for Delta. But it was still new to me, y'all. I had to go from one airport to another. I had to get in Uber, and that was new to me. I didn't know, but it all flowed so flawlessly. I got in the hotel room. My hotel room was right next to the stadium. So I just felt so like God made me feel like VIP. Yeah, y'all, that whole experience is something I'm always going to remember. It's when you get out of your uncomfortable, scared stages that God starts showing you in your future. And I believe that's what God did at that time. He was showing my future before it happened. So I got to talk to her, and I got her book, and she signed it. I got a personal card in my wallet that she wrote. A VIP bag that had goodies in it. Y'all, it was amazing. It's like meeting your favorite celebrity. That's what that was like. And it's crazy because now I get to get on Zooms and she know my name. And if she see this video, and I hope she do, this is one thing she said to me, y'all. And I think that was the moment I had this clicking moment. I walked in the room to meet her, right? Mind you, it was in this big old tower, pretty building, right? And she was standing in the room. I walked in. And I bawled, y'all. I started crying. I was, oh my God, she in the room. So she came over and she gave me a hug. But the thing that stood out the most is she looked me in my face and she said, "You're Monica Stokes." I don't think I ever heard nobody say my name with such authority. Yeah, y'all, I'm getting chills now telling y'all this. So right now, this is just real talk with the victorious ones. Y'all just sit back and y'all enjoy what I'm talking about. Y'all gonna get something out of this. So she said, "So you're Monica Stokes." It just got a ring to it. I just never heard nobody say my name like that before. And ever since then, I think that was a seed in a moment in my life. And I'm like, Monica, start saying your name with authority, because God built you with authority. God built you with confidence, you know? So that's what I'm going to speak to your heart in this season of you growing and learning, redeveloping, getting self-confidence. Get around like-minded individuals like myself that's going to be able to speak life into you, that can speak your name with authority. Miss Sonia, Francis, Miss Karen, Mr. Curtis. Come on. You don't want nobody around you that's always going to be talking about your past, that's talking about your current situations with you rebuilding your faith with God. Hello. That's when I started really revealing, when God started revealing unto me, there's more to my life than just being a single, at that time, broken mother, which I felt like with 4 young men having nobody help. God said, "I'm with you and I always have been. But I needed you to realize, it's God speaking in my heart, that I've been with you. And I put purpose in your heart from all of that stuff you've been through." So that's what God is speaking to you. If anything in your life may be telling you, or maybe something in your past may have made you feel broken. Yes, feel the hurt, feel the heat, but don't stay there. Because God has a bigger purpose for all of us. He is the manufacturer of our life, not our circumstances, not our past, not old people that try to break us down, but God. So it's best to get away from all that stuff in a season if God tell you to, and be okay with people not understanding. When they be like, "You don't never answer your phone like that no more. You don't really talk," because sometimes it's best. You don't want to talk about that breakup. You don't want to talk about maybe a tragic situation that happened in your past or right now in your life. And you're not trying to keep it inside, but you're really trying to heal through that thing. And I'm so grateful God helped me through that season, because in the past, I wasn't healing. I was taking my hurt and I was burying myself deeper under that concrete by going out to relationships, seeking out the drinking. All that was my past stuff I used to do. And what was I doing? Changing my identity, not knowing who I was within God, not even knowing who I was. Hello, this that real talk here. And then as I was meditating on this word, I went to writing down like places in my life. And y'all may do this Do this as your homework if you led to. Get a piece of paper and write down the title to this message. Transition in life that led to your transformation, or that's leading to your transformation. This is where that root work come in at, when you really sit down and do that thinking. And you don't just come on a video just not for entertainment. This is for growth. If you like, I'm tired of feeling so low self-esteem. I'm tired of feeling like this, that, and the third, and feeling like there's more to my life when ain't nothing moving and changing, because God is telling you it's time for you to tap into doing the change. Come on now. Come on now. Up to you to tap into the change. Not everybody else's opinion. No matter who it is. It's when I got just not listening to nobody's opinion. Honestly, nobody knew. Me and God. Me and God. So y'all, these were the things in my life that made me think about my transitions into my life. So I'm just using my testimony, but I wanted to resonate with y'all. When I got married young, when I was like 20. So that was a place in my life when I transitioned. And when I look back, I didn't know how to be a wife. And that ain't nobody's fault, but I did. I was doing it just for the hoopla. I do love my ex-husband. He is married now, but I do love him as a person. And I tell him that, and I tell my kids that. And he is married. But hey, it takes a bigger person to tell the truth about that kind of stuff. You have to love a person to like them, especially he's the father of my kids. Come on now. Come on now. We were married 10 years. So to say you don't love, not going to go there. But that's where that real growing up goes. We weren't meant to be together for the reason that God has set it up as. But we were meant to have the 4 young men that God has put it on this earth for the purpose of what God had for their life. Okay? So that was a transition area in my life. I learned a lot from my marriage. It taught me that I couldn't be a dictator, but more of a director. Meaning whenever God and when he see fit for my husband, my kingdom husband to come, I know I can't be a dictator. Being mean, talking sideways. I'm laughing now because I can laugh through my mistakes. Yeah, you can't do that. You got to be able to take direction. That's in any area of our life. The next area of my life where the transition came and transformed my thinking, or transformed me into the woman of God that I am now, is when God gave me, I had 1 son, and y'all, Quincy wasn't even 2 yet, and I had 3 more. I had triplets. I went from 1 child to 3 in less than 2 years. And I know that wasn't up none but God looking back. I know. Because ain't no way. And my own even mental mindset, people ask me all the time, what was your reaction? I tell them, I didn't have one. I honestly didn't. It was a shock to me too. I didn't know I was pregnant with triplets to the day before I had them, y'all. I hadn't been going to the doctor. I was working a job as a CNA, lifting clients, all kind of stuff like that. But that was God purposes. Y'all, they walk around here thriving. They all taller than me now. I just now had to tell them, y'all about to do a video. But they growing up, and I'm so grateful God has given me respectful, smart young men. And I tell them that all the time, y'all. Even when I have to be that higher authority, I always have to tell them the good mixed with it. Because I have to tell them, listen, I'm not getting on to you because you're bad or less than. I'm getting on to you because I know you better. I had to do it the other day, y'all. The one of them. The next thing in my life that transitioned my life into transformation was the season in 2016. That year, woo! I can write a book on 2016. But I moved from where I used to stay for 10 years, and I went through a divorce through that season too, to where I'm currently located at. I came to where I'm currently located at out of a toxic relationship, y'all. I had 4 boys, I had God, a suitcase, and 4 young men, and we went to a shelter. I didn't have a driving license at the time. I didn't have a job. My mind was in shambles. Other things was going on in the background of my life that God he fixed together. I'm going to say until God released me to tell it unto y'all. But that's year 2016. When I tell you I can write a book on it, I can write a book. Yeah. That wasn't nothing but the grace of God that put me through the things I went through in that year. I know it. I know it. I think that was the year God said, look, you could have took yourself out. I'm talking about me. by the toxic way I was living. But he graced my life. He brought me into a place away from family. Now I have family. I say they my family because y'all are. Y'all my family. I have my church family. Yeah. So I'm grateful for that. I always thought I wasn't going to be here as long as I've been here, but I really believe God planted me here for purpose. God planted me here for the transformation of my life, to be a testimony to whomever he's called, to listen to what I have to say to them based on what God has given me, to help them see God can do it for you too. He ain't no respecter of person. God loves us all the same. We just have to be willing. So you can either transition for the bad or the darkness, or you can transition for the better. And I done been in all those situations thinking I had it all together. But in this season, God says we are living as his victorious ones. Hello. He gave me the name of this group, y'all. God did. And my prayer to him is, y'all hear me say all the time, and say, God, okay, you give me the name. My prayer to you is, I want you to send those that I can speak life into, those that I can give the knowledge and keys to show them that it's possible for their life too. And it was a time in the season, y'all, I thought I couldn't even speak into the life of a male because I have been through an abusive relationship. But God revealed unto me, girl, it ain't about your gender. Daughter, he called me daughter. God said it's about that spirit I put in you. And I'm so grateful he helped me heal through that mindset. Because now that I'm even on the altar team at church, I pray, and I'm okay with praying for males. Because there was a time in the season I had to ask God to help me with that. It was men signing up for my small group 2 years ago when I started small groups at my church. And I'm like, God, I didn't know you was going to put males in this group. God said, you ready? You ready? You ain't intimidated. You ain't scared. I needed you to feel that hurt, know how it healed, and be able to face your fears. And it's through facing it and praying through it. God has helped me with that. I even had somebody call me through Messenger. I'm not going to release their name, of course. And they messaged me, and it was a male because he needed somebody to really help him. I knew, and it's crazy because that same day God told me to pray for this individual, and I wanted to call them on Messenger to check on them, but God said, nope. They end up calling me. So that was God even showing me at that moment that I heard him clearly enough not to do it in my own strength or my own flesh, but sit back and let God take control of that thing. And this person, he said, I never talked to nobody about my testimony. He said, Ms. Monica, I feel like I can tell you because I feel safe with you. I said, God, thank you. Because that's the only way I want to come across is safe and nice and friendly. If my voice ever sound a little sharp or different, that's because that's how God made me. God made me. Some videos, y'all might hear that real directness. Some videos, y'all might hear more laughter and joy and peace. And I'm peaceful all the time because I got God. But hey, let it resonate from love, because everything that come from my heart is out of love, y'all. The next thing that happened in my life, and that's happening now that I wrote on my paper right here, is in my season of singleness. I've been single. October will be 3 years. And I've been totally single, y'all. I'm not dating. I haven't talked. God said, no. I need you to know who I am, meaning God is, as the head and authority in my life. And to know the definition of really what a kingdom marriage look like versus the world's definition of relationships. God said that wasn't working for you no way. I said, okay, you right. You right. Yeah. And it's scary to us women when we feel like we can't do it by ourselves. But that's when you have to get with God to pray and help you with that. That spirit of lust will come over you and God be like, nah, that's exactly what it is. It's lust. Pray and get that out of your spirit and God will help you with that. I'm being real on this one now. To not tell the truth is not, yeah, we real on this channel. Because I want all the single ladies out there to know you can raise your kids, you and God. God and you. I said it. You can raise them. I'm doing it with 4 young men, y'all. They all teenagers. One about to start driving soon. Y'all pray for me. All of them be in high school next year. Y'all pray for me. But like I tell them, and like I'm about to say it to y'all publicly, I am the woman for the job. I look them at them in their face just like that, y'all. And it's crazy because the older they have gotten, I have learned not to be the dictator, to be the director. I look at them, y'all, and I calmly talk. I talk to them more calmly than I'm talking to y'all. And they get it. It ain't always about that talking all sideways to our kids. Give them respect. And they'll give it back to you. The next one on here I put is, and it's the last thing I put when I was thinking of ways that I can get this message across to you, is transitioning in my life that led to my transformation and still transforming is the birth of the victorious ones. The birth of the victorious ones. Yes, yes. This was all God, y'all. I'm telling y'all, he lined up the right people at the right places for the purposes of my life. And he gonna do the same thing for you too. Never knew. I thought purpose for my life was to raise kids, work, raise kids. God said, no, it's more to it. God said, not only are you going to get purpose in your life, but you're going to get all that joy, all that peace that you prayed for me for. And I said, God, I thank you. God has restored me, and he going to restore you too. That's my prayer for every victorious one that come across this video. And if y'all in a place when you like, I just feel so down, I'm so alone, first recognize that you're not by yourself. God is with you. This is something else I want to recommend to you. And I'm saying it from a place of love. God keep telling me stop sugarcoat this message. So y'all, hey, might have to turn off that TV a little bit more. Get off social media as much. And I'm not saying necessarily pick your word up, but find you a journal or a notebook and a pen and start writing down and using videos like this to really dig deep into them places that you've been burying. I said it. You don't want to have the same mindset and still asking God to fix it. Come on. Come on. And take action. And that's another thing I've learned as my life is transitioning. I couldn't ask nobody to come down here and save me. I couldn't bring another man in my house and have him save me. But God, of course, y'all. Come on. All that running to people. When God said you need to run to me and I'm going to help show you what your purpose is in life. We all have a purpose. We all have a gift for the purposes of God. And if you don't know what your purpose is and your gift, it's time for you to develop into that person that God is making you into so you will know what it is. I used to hear my life coach and mentor say that all the time on her videos. And I'm like, what are you talking about? But then I finally get it. But I finally got it after I kept on seeking God. Kept being thirsty. And I still have to seek him, y'all, because this is still new to me. This person you see right now, this person that I'm looking at in this camera, she's still new. But God said, you that butterfly, and I'm talking to y'all too, and we're going to keep flying with freedom, peace, and joy. Y'all be encouraged. And if y'all have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do. I'll put the links down into the Facebook community. And all ladies, tomorrow I will be hosting the Sisterhood Zoom. If y'all have any sisters, any mothers, this Zoom is open up to any and all ladies. And it's free of charge. There's no charge. If they have a phone, a cell phone, they can get on their cell phone. They can click the link and they automatically get in the room with women that's seeking the same thing. And y'all, this is a safe place. I already prayed and talked to God about it. I already know how I'm going to let the ladies know when they enter into the room. This is a no judgment situation. We are on the same walk, on different journeys, but all under the same umbrella to be victorious and to grow and to transform. Hello. No kind of drama. No kind of mess. We on in there to grow and learn. Last Sunday, when I tell you that room was so full of the Holy Spirit, it was a young lady in there. She gonna know who she is when she see this video. And you can literally see her opening up. She was shining. And she said she felt so safe. And I know that was nothing but God. Nothing but God. Y'all be encouraged. And please make sure you do those 2 actions if you're led to subscribe to the YouTube, like the videos. Also put your post notifications on because it may be a time when I have to put more pre-recorded videos on that YouTube channel, y'all. So please do that. And please send that sisterhood information to any lady y'all know tomorrow at 5 o'clock in the Zoom. So this has been your coach, your motivational speaker, and your mentor. I love to say this part, y'all, for the kingdom of God. Y'all be encouraged now, and I love y'all.